Chapter 32, Feathers. Growler, stay. Keep an eye on Fatty and the boy. Don't let them near anything or go anywhere. I'll deal with them in a minute. I'm going to fetch my prize, said the hunter, and Growler immediately turned his dirty, matted face towards the cheerful trio sobbing behind the car. The hunter puffed merrily on his pipe and whistled a little tune as he strutted proudly down the street. Foolish dinosaur, coming back to save your friends, were you? Ha! It was all too easy. He cracked at the motionless dinosaur-shaped lump in the shadows ahead, while swatting away the irritating snowflakes that had begun falling at his hard, scary face. Suddenly something got stuck in his mouth. It was soft and fluffy. Poof! He spat. This was more than odd. Falling fluff started brushing his face, getting into his eyes. What the devil is that? He said, and then he suddenly realised something was peculiar. They weren't snowflakes falling from the sky. They were feathers. Feathers, said the hunter, waving them away from his face. They were falling as thick as a blizzard all around. The closer he got to the body of the dinosaur, the thicker the feather storm seemed to get. It was some sort of trick. As the falling feathers cleared, he could see the lifeless lump on the body he had shot. No, it can't be, muttered the dinosaur in disbelief. Lying on the ground was what he expected to see the Christmasaurus, was William's beautiful stuffed dinosaur toy. It was as close to perfect replica of the Christmasaurus as you could get. Slightly smaller, of course, but from the distance you could never have been able to tell the two apart, and the hunter certainly couldn't, even though his super zoom telescopic sight. He marched over to it with his rifle aimed at its perfectly stitched head. No, he gasped as he gazed into the two lifeless golden buttons staring up from the snow. There now was a large bullet hole in a toy dinosaur's side, and his feathers stuffed was leaking out into the Christmas morning air and blowing away in the light breeze. But, there must be somewhere, said the dinosaur whined. I heard him roar with my own ears. He must still be close. And he was. As the dinosaur stood cursing his misfortune, screaming manically at the wounded, muffled dinosaur on the ground, something was creeping up behind him. From the other end of the street, the crying crowd of criers quickly wiped away their tears as they saw something wonderful, something tremendous, something ferocious. It was the Christmasaurus, and he looked different from how he'd looked before, more dinosaur-like, protective, fierce, hungry. The hunter spun in his spot, finding himself standing in the looming shadow of the Christmasaurus. He was face to face with an angry dinosaur for the first time in his life. The hunter had been hunted. Wait, this is clock tick, the hunter said nervously as he started backing away and approaching Dinosaur. I wasn't really going to hang you on my wall. This is just a misunderstanding. But as he spoke, he was fiddling with something behind his back. Click, it was his rifle. And it was getting reloaded and ready to fire again. In a flash, the hunter swung round his deadly gun, aimed it straight at the Christmasaurus's head, and the hunter was fast. And before the Christmasaurus had a chance to react, he placed his bloodshot eye on the telescopic sight and pulled the trigger. He did not miss this time. But his finger tightened. Something came hurtling through the air at tremendous speed. It was small, hard, perfectly made snowball, and it flew down the street towards the hunter, and as it did in incredible speed and accuracy, there was no way he could avoid being hit. The unexpected ball of snow knocked the sniper rifle straight out of the hunter's bony fingers before he could pull the trigger. The hunter looked up just in time as he saw a giant set of white, glistening, razor-sharp dinosaur teeth coming towards him. Crunch! Gulp! The hunter was gone. The Christmasaurus swallowed him whole. There was nothing left of the beastly, evil man. The Christmasaurus let out a big, stinky burp and stank of pipe smoke and money. And that was the last anyone saw of the hunter.